Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to do a quick love reading just to see what the cards have to say. Too many. What do we need to know right now about love? What does the collective need to know right now about love? Tired of being away from you. So there could be somebody who is in separation at this point, but there's also mirrors. So mirrors is my #1 twin flame card, and that is basically where this relationship often is a turbulent relationship at times, where it's not one that just comes together and it's just magical and easy and great. This is a relationship that requires effort, and you each mirror each other, which means that you mirror oftentimes the different pieces within us that needs to heal, the inner work that needs to be done for us to be able to connect often is what comes up within these connections, and they're not always peaceful and gentle. But this is the highest, this is the quickest way to ascend, is by having these connections and having these things come up within us to give us an opportunity to heal. And this is not saying that it's okay to accept any type of toxic behaviors because that's what's coming out. No. The point is for you to come back to yourself, to love yourself, to work through your own stuff. And that can also mean that there has to be a distance between the two of you to be able to have this healing happen. So sometimes we need to create space and find a way home to ourselves instead of trying to work through this connection. Then this here is talking about we project our patterns onto the other person. So sometimes what we are seeing is not necessarily what is actually their intentions. It's just what we are seeing within ourselves. And it makes it a very difficult situation to be able to see what's being fearful within us. And basically it's like, is the fear arising and that's what's coming up and that's why I'm projecting it onto the other person. So say, for example, if in your own mind, you're like, I wonder if they're talking to somebody else. And then you talk to them and you're like, so where's your other girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it plays out to be? You know what I mean? And it's like we're projecting our fears onto them and kind of pushing it onto them to make them own it. And it's not their space to have to own this because it's our own insecurities that's then coming out. And when our insecurities come out like that, it's an opportunity for us to look on the inside, see what's actually triggering that and where it comes from and heal it. Because typically it's not from anything that they've done. It's from our own inner wounds that need to come to the surface to be able to heal. And that's exactly what this connection helps us to be able to do. Any other messages about love right now with these cards? When I let myself go deeper into the thoughts of you, I can feel my heart opening. This is a card about having your heart being able to open up, and that's the other thing about these connections. So typically, and this is not sex related, it's energy related, but the masculine energy is ruled by the lower 3 chakras. The feminine energy is ruled by the top 3. When the divine pair comes together, it's connected through the heart chakra, and being able to have you two connect together, it helps to allow that heart chakra to open up basically. And it's like that's where the connection actually happens. But if our hearts are closed off, it can't connect on a very peaceful type of level. It's not one that necessarily feels good because maybe all of these things are coming up to show what's blocking the heart to be able to release them, but it's not always an easy process. It can be a difficult process, but it's all for our ascension. And so we have to look at ourselves and what's going on within ourselves to be able to heal this connection. We're going to move on to the romance angels. Any additional messages that need to be shared about love right now? Because right now it's basically that there could be, and it doesn't even have to be an actual separation that's transpiring. It's saying that I'm tired of being away from you physically. Maybe you just connect every once in a while. Maybe maybe it's actually an emotional type of separation where you two are still together, but you're not talking as much, or there's something that's coming up in between you. But it's mirrors within this relationship and patterns and opportunities to heal. Then we've got keep an open mind. So because these journeys are sometimes, they're not easy, they're not, you know, those fairy tale, like, oh, my magic prince just shows up and we ride off into the sunset and we're happy forever. No, that's not really how these connections tend to work. So keep an open mind, because it may look different than what you expect it to look like, because sometimes we really do go into things and we expect it to be a certain way and it's not, and then we get, you know, kind of salty about it and just kind of, nope, that's not what I want. But you know, Spirit sometimes pulls us right back in, and it's like, hey, we've got some work to do. Like, come on, don't give up yet. So keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Whoop, sorry. Upside down. Calling in your soulmate. We've got that card, and we've also got new love. So I feel very strongly like there's a couple of different ways that this can play out within these cards, you guys. So I'm tired of being away from you physically. You're going to reconnect and have a new love together. That's absolutely one possibility. Or you could give up on this whole entire situation with this person, find somebody new because you're calling in your soulmate. There's different levels of this card here. Just talks about soulmates. There's no cards about twin flames. And so there's a big difference between a twin flame and a soulmate if you resonate with any of these types of terms. But basically, soulmates can be these very happy, very peaceful, very loving connections that don't have all of this turmoil. However, there's not as much opportunity for growth because there's not all of this mirroring happening to show us our inner wounds that we have the opportunity to then heal. We've got these other connections that can transform if we transform within ourselves, though. Those difficult connections are not difficult forever. They often tend to change. And then once the healing has happened enough to be able to come together, it's a very successful and incredible union, like something you've never had before. Calling in your soulmate, though, you can also be calling in an actual soulmate with that peaceful, loving type of connection. Maybe you need a break from all of this other stuff, and that's why there's separation. So there could even be two options. There could be a time where it's like, which path do I decide to go down? Maybe there's two different people that can come in, and that there's an option for the lovely, peaceful connection, or do I keep going through this difficult road? Which one is the best path? And I feel like the intuition inside of you is going to have to guide that, but try and let your intuition do it, not your wounding. And this is saying to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, because there are different options, and things definitely can look different for you. Let's see if there's any tarot cards that need to come out about love right now. Is there any additional messages that would give us any clarity on the love? Okay. So this is about learning new things. We've got the Knight of Cups. This is that person is looking into that cup, and there's like a mirror that's coming back so that they can see things in a very, very different manner. So that's what I'm picking up within this still, is that there's that mirroring energy between the two of you. And it could be extremely, extremely, extremely beneficial and fruitful and abundant if you guys can kind of come together and work through this. There's also, though, this card was reversed, and this is like the stability, the happy marriage, all of that, the peaceful, loving home situation, relationship. It's like the whole thing. But because it was reversed, that to me is saying that either somebody is not willing to have that happen right now, and maybe it's just not time, but that connection is just not meshing together as well as it should be. And likely it's because these mirrors are popping up for you to be able to look at, And as you start learning something new and you're looking at this, you're being very, very cautious. So maybe you're keeping yourself closed off to love because you're being too cautious. So keep an open mind, because this is here to help you grow. Have a great day, guys.